everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Melody. If you're new here, this is Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It, and I'm doing a series on YouTube on how to encourage people to grow their own food, also anything that has to do with gardening, and doing it on a budget. So the first part of this new series was why I use hot water over bagged soil that I purchased from a box store so you don't get any type of fungus or the gnats inside of there. That's just what I do. Plus, you want to use pre-moistened soil before you even start planting your seedlings. Okay, so that was part one. Part two is if you're anything like me and you're doing everything on a budget, you may have trays and things like that or cups that you used last season. Maybe you left them outside for the entire summer. Sorry about that. You want to make sure all your equipment is washed. Okay. That's for the people that already garden. So for someone that may be thinking about gardening, what should you purchase? I think it's very affordable. Let me show you what I have here on my island. I purchased this is by Jiffy, and don't mind because it is wet. All my equipment was washed. Literally, this is by Jiffy, if you can see the name. This is a Humidity Dome. I also was able to get, they'll be attached where you can separate them. This is a 75 cell count that was washed. You'll get a bottom tray, and sometimes you'll get the tray that has the holes in it. So it will look like this in the store by Jiffy. Let me show you. This is your setup, and then this is the dome. I think this was about $5. This is everything right here that you need to be able to grow some seedlings. That will cost you minimal amount of dollars. Like I said, this is a 75 cell count. They have less than 75 if you're not planning on growing 75 plants. This is an extra tray that I washed. So part two, wash all your equipment. Okay, so back on to Jiffy. It's very affordable. Yes, it's a little flimsy, but guess what? It works. I can speak because I actually use this. So if you want to go to, say, like a Home Depot, they have Jiffy there. Like I said, this is called a Humidity Dome. And then you'll have your seed tray. Normally, 99% of the time, you'll get just a bottom tray that has holes in it. I have some extra. This is a tray that has holes in it. And then you just put this into the bottom tray. So it's very easy to be able to start growing your own herbs or anything, you know, if you want to get into gardening, growing your own food by purchasing something very inexpensive like this little kit here by Jiffy. I know they're not sponsoring me. I just so happen to have quite a few of their seed trays in my house, so I thought that I would share. That's one way and one thing that you can buy to be able to start growing your own food. You can also repurpose things. This was from blueberries. You can see it already has the holes in it. I washed it out. Remember, anything you use, clean it. I'm very funny, even if it's new and I purchased it and I'll open it, I'll still run it under hot water. But this is from blueberries. You can literally use a yogurt container. You can use like the blueberries. I had a mixed salad green container that I used before. This is great because it has holes on the bottom. There are some holes on the side as well. You can maybe do some lettuce greens in here. But what I think I'm going to use this for and bring you along for is to start some onions. This is a great thing actually to repurpose and use it to grow some onions. So part two, wash all your equipment. I literally use this. I had trays in all my videos laying outside. I have a bag of things that I have to wash. So that is part two to this little series. And also, I guess we could call it a part three. What can you use to get started? So like I said, you can buy this little 75 seed count cell tray if you plan on doing a lot of plants. So I've used this multiple times. I'm getting a lot of plants for very little money that I spent. This is probably my 3rd year for this particular seed cell tray right here. But last year I got 2 or 3 of the Jiffy with the dome right there. And I'm pretty sure it was like $5 or $6. So you can go check your box store or Walmart. They should have it. They have pellets, these round pellets. You moisten them, you can put a seed in there. Don't particularly care for them. I like repurposing things, yogurt containers, sour cream containers, and I'll just put holes in it and I'll reuse them for certain things that I'm growing. Also like the mixed salad greens, that's a great one to use as well. And this just so happens to be from blueberries. So you can use red Solo cups, you can use styrofoam cups, blueberry containers, sour cream containers, yogurt containers. As long as they have drainage holes in there, you can use those items if you don't have the money to get started growing food, but you may want to really put your hand into the gardening experience this season. So I wanted to mention some things that you could repurpose. Okay, let's talk about what these parts are for. So when you get started, you're going to take it all apart. You're going to wash it like I did. And this is exactly what you will do. Your bottom tray, the tray that has no holes. Sometimes they won't give you the tray without holes in the Jiffy. I've experienced that before too. But just make sure everything's clean. This is the bottom tray. I separated mine. These usually come attached. This is 75 cell count, like I said. And you can put it right in here. And then you would put your soil in here. You want to use, I have a video that's coming out. You want to use a very soft, fluffy soil, especially when germinating your seeds. So, the bottom tray has no holes. So this is really good for bottom watering your plants because it can hold the water. But when you have your seedlings in here in moist soil, you want to put the water in the bottom. Wait for the soil to suck it all up. And if there's any leftover water in there, you could just take it and dump it out. The other thing is, if you have a seed tray and it comes with the ones that have the holes, you can just put that into the other tray. It won't exactly have your plant sitting in water. That's something that you don't want. So, I didn't want to make this video too long. I'm going to try to do this step by step. But I would highly recommend for anyone that wants to start growing food, Jiffy, very reasonable, comes with the tray, also comes with, like I said, this is 75 cell count, but you can go smaller if you want. And if you don't even want to purchase something like this, just use some repurposed items from around your house. I have a sour cream container that I put some holes in. You can use red Solo cups to grow a couple tomato plants. Just make sure that it has drainage holes, which is the most important thing. So I wanted to come on, do part 2, and just discuss what's the next step. That is to wash any of your equipment. If you used it the previous seasons, you should do that every year. Make sure everything's washed thoroughly and nice and clean and ready to go. And if you're new and you've never started a garden before, I told you you could use and repurpose items around your house. As you can see, this is washed. This was from blueberries. Wash anything that you're going to repurpose and then put some drainage holes in the bottom of anything so that your seedlings are not just swimming in water. And if you can afford and you wanted to go buy something, I think a kit like this is worth the $5-6 because you'll have all the pieces that you need to get started growing some food. Maybe you just want to grow some herbs. And then once you know if you like gardening, you know, you start off maybe with this from Jiffy or any company that gives you the dome, because the dome is very much needed when you're growing seedlings in the house. You can also substitute this dome for saran wrap. Anything that will keep moisture in the top of, on the top of your seedlings is absolutely what you need. But what was I going to say? If you don't want to go this route, repurpose, You can use styrofoam cups, like I said, red silo cups. Don't want to feel like I'm repeating myself here, but recycling is very, very good. I am definitely going to be using this for onions, so that's awesome. So like I said, if you're not sure if this is going to be a long-term thing for you, what I mean by that is you might just be trying your hand at gardening, so you might not want to buy all the expensive equipment. I would say give yourself a couple years at trying to garden, trying to grow your own food, maybe growing your own flowers or herbs. If you are loving it, liking it, then you can invest in some more sturdier type of trays from other companies. Lots of companies have really nice ones, but they are a little costly. But like I said, if you're, you know, trying it out for the first time, you just might want to go this route, and that's just go to Walmart, Home Depot, get yourself a kit that comes with all 3 pieces, and you will be ready to go and starting to grow your own food. If you're really on a tight budget and you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, I mean, you're going to have to spend something because you're not going to need to get soil, so stay tuned for that. I'll tell you what soil to use to start your seedlings, and then what soil to use once your seedlings are up and they have their second leaves. But yeah, if you just wanted to just try your hand at gardening, recycle. Use red solo cups. You can use a drill, or if you have like your husband or boyfriend that has a drill, you can go straight through and make you drainage holes. It's very easy. Styrofoam cups I used last year, and that's way too easy with just like a little fork. You can use a fork on the bottom, make holes, or in a styrofoam cup you can use, sorry about the lighting, you can use like a little steak knife and put a nice hole on the bottom so that the water drains out. Sorry about the dog barking. Probably somebody's out there. That's per usual my videos. This is real life over here. Trinity, quiet now. It's probably the mailman. But needless to say, before I go and wrap my video up, wash your stuff. And if you want to start growing your own food, maybe buying a little kit like this from Home Depot, Walmart, whatever may be around you for $5, $6, it might be a really good idea just to get your hands wet in trying to see if you like what you're doing, and then you can invest on the more higher end products that you may see advertised on other channels. And don't forget, you can also recycle. So that is my advice. This is going to be part 2, and that is to grab yourself a little gardening kit. It comes with the dome, the tray, and the little cells right there, and you have everything you need to do, everything that you need to have, to start planting food or herbs or flowers. And the next video will be what soil do I use. We're going to do all this together on a budget. Let me bring this closer for you so you can see it. It's a little flimsy, don't worry about it. You don't need anything expensive. It will do the trick, and you will be on your way to germinating lots of food. Maybe you're totally into like flowers or herbs. And yeah, so you can see right there, it's Jiffy, and that's my suggestion. Wash all your equipment if you're reusing it like I am. So I guess that'd be step 2. And then, yeah, if you want to try your hand in gardening, I would highly suggest purchasing a kit or using recycled products that you would just have around your house that has holes in it right there. Or you can make your own holes in some things like styrofoam cups, red solo cups, things of that nature. So I hope that was helpful. Stick with me. I'm going to be talking about soil. That will be coming up next. But this is a great little way to be not spending a lot of money and being able to grow a lot of food. This is 75 cell count, this one is. You can grow 75 tomatoes, 75 peppers. You could just do some lettuce, you could do some peppers, some tomatoes, you know, just maybe some jalapenos, just different things. You don't have to use the whole cell count. If they only have this size in a box sort. Like I said, this is 75 cell count, but I tend to plant a lot. I grew 5,226 pounds of food last year, and I germinated my seeds right in this. True story. True story, I'm not using anything expensive. So I am here to encourage you to try gardening this year and try your hand at growing your own food. Sorry about the dog that was barking earlier. Sees the mailman every day and still barks at the mailman, but very unaffordable, great buy, and I've had this one for a couple years. That's why my lid is a little out of shape because I've used it so many times. So if this can work for me, this can work for you. If I can use recycled material around my house to grow onions, you can do the same. I used styrofoam cups last year to up pot, which will be in a further video. But that's it. I am Melody. I hope that you found this helpful. And yeah, hopefully we can get you to grow some food. And the next video will be what soil do you use after you purchase one of these little seed starting kits, they're called. It'll say right on it, seed starting. And this is pretty much what you would use, and super duper easy. So I hope that was helpful, everyone. I don't want to keep rambling, but this is, make sure you wash it because I've used this last season, and you can pick up one of these at your local box store and you are ready to grow some food, maybe herbs, maybe some flowers. So stay tuned for the next video. I will catch you guys next time. I hope you have a very blessed, wonderful day. And this is what I'm going to be using to start my seeds. So if you're following along, we're going to use this particular brand, Jiffy Together. And I'll show you step by step how this works. So if you want to run out and get yourself one of these, that would be a fantastic idea. It's very affordable and inexpensive. And if you don't want to do that, gather some items today from around your house. Styrofoam cups, yogurt cups, maybe the plastic containers that your leafy greens come into. You just make sure you put holes in it, and we will garden in that together as well. I'm going to bring you back to discuss soil, which would be the next step. And I will also plant some onions with you in something that I'm recycling that has proper drainage. So until next time, I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I hope this will be helpful to you. And yeah, have yourself a very blessed day. Today is the day to wash all your stuff. I have lots to wash. I have a whole black trash bags of cups, 4 cells, 6 cells, all that good stuff. Bunches of trays. I have to wash them all, but this one is done and ready to go. So wash your stuff. So we did the soil. Now it's washing your stuff and something you can buy that's affordable and using repurposed items around your house. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.